So with the latest direct introducing Richter, Chrom, and Dark Samus, we've seen an explosion in speculation regarding Echo Fighters. Richter's reveal in particular is noteworthy because it means that now multiple characters from the same third-party franchise are a possibility. With this being a hot topic and all, I'd like to present the top 5 that I think would be a good addition to Smash Bros. Ultimate. Do keep in mind, I'm mainly selecting these based on who I like more, so it won't be the most objective list out there. But this stuff is fun to discuss, and I'm bored as hell, so why not? With that in mind, let's begin! So, for some reason, we have no other Xenoblade representation besides Monado Boy. And since Xenoblade 2's characters were made after Ultimate was finalized, I guess our only choice is Xenoblade... Screw you, no! Malus! Echo of Shulk, shut up! Okay. If Malus has any shot of getting into Ultimate, then Rex and Pyra need to be there as well. They will likely be DLC, so who knows. Malus is a weird pick, admittedly. I don't see him getting in unless Rex and Pyra are part of some Xenoblade DLC package and Malus gets to tag along as extra bang for your buck. But I do think he'd be interesting if anything. For one, we'd be getting more villains, which is always a plus, and a new Xenoblade character to represent the series. Malus also wields a Monado in Xenoblade 2, so we have the weapon part down. Shulk's side B could be changed to Sword Strike, counter to Chakra Burst, and his recovery to Monado Cyclone. All these moves behave similarly to Shulk's related moves, but with minor differences like the basic frame data, damage, and knockback. The biggest problem is the Monado Arts thing might be a bit weird since Malus doesn't use something like that in Xenoblade 2, but I don't remember Shulk using Buster or Smash in the original Xenoblade, so we could take creative liberties. Basic properties like Malus's jump and run speed can be lowered in exchange for farther reach and more power behind his attacks. Monado Cyclone could be a different move altogether from Shulk's recovery, perhaps being more geared towards horizontal distance as opposed to vertical. We could also tweak the stat multipliers on Malus's Monado Arts, making jump and speed a tad less effective but strengthening the potency of Smash and Buster. All in all, while I don't see Malus joining, I think he'd be a fantastic Echo Fighter of Shulk. I always found Shulk to be a fun character, and seeing a modified version of him in the form of more Xenoblade rep is too good to not include. Octoling. Echo of, you guessed it, Ridley. Octolings are a fairly popular prediction as a new Echo. Personally, I felt they'd be a tad odd since they're only playable as DLC in Splatoon 2, but people don't seem to mind, so why should I? There were a lot of weapons that weren't included in the Inkling's moveset, which is a shame since there's lots of potential with Splatoon's weaponry. I'd be content if Octoling just played as Inkling but with a different arsenal. Starting with specials, we can replace Inkling's standard Splat Bomb with the Burst Bomb. Less damage but is faster and explodes on contact. The Splat Roller can be converted into an Ink Brush, the Octobrush specifically since... you know. Splattershot and Super Jump should remain the same, but maybe Octoling has a different firing speed and damage output with Splattershot and a different trajectory with Super Jump. Now, I'm not too certain if the base stats should be changed up, but if they had to, I'd make them a tad slower overall, but with more power to their attacks. I always saw octopuses... Octopodes? As slower and bulkier than the common squid, though I'd opt for the same base stats with the differences in specials and other moves being what sets them apart. The Inkling is a fighter I'm very excited for, and while I don't think I'll be maining them, I'll certainly pick them up a few times and give them a go. Splatoon's a game I enjoy for its fun turf war gameplay, and the Octolings have some pretty interesting designs. Overall, Octoling has the potential and seemingly the fan support, so I'd say they have a good shot.
What's better than one Bayonetta? I'll tell you. Another Bayonetta!
Jean. With Richter making second third-party characters per series a possibility, I suppose this means Jean's on the table. Now, Bayonetta's caused a lot of trouble among the community, so another Bayonetta might not seem like the best idea, but Jean is like the original Echo Fighter if you think about it. In her own game, she's unlockable as a different playable character from Bayonetta. She has her own version of the Wicked Weaves and has minor changes to her gameplay like infinite dodges, harder to pull off witch time, and dealing yet taking more damage. Considering how faithful Bayonetta's moveset is to her original depiction, I'd honestly just do the same with Jean. More powerful smash attacks, but has less survivability than Bayo. Just make her down the Moth Within, which could have a harder to pull off time frame but more rewarding witch time. Very little needs to be changed really, just make her kill and die less and boom. Echo! Pikmin 4 has been close to completion for like, 3 years? So while we wait, let's just slap Louis onto Olimar and call it Pikmin 4. Louis is Olimar's dopey and quiet sidekick in Pikmin 2. I feel he'd be a good Echo Fighter to add. I would say Alf, but Alf's already a reskin of Ollie. Though, this could mean if Louis is an Echo, then the chubby god himself, the president, could join the brawl! Louis would be the perfect Echo Fighter for Olimar. Just take the same general concepts, but give him rock Pikmin and Bulbmin instead of whites and purples. His fighting style could differ from Olimar's and turn into more of a zoner if they give him some extra throwing distance with his Pikmin and boost his speed. Or they can make them have a shorter distance but increase the percentage in KO potential. If rock Pikmin replace anything, those could be purple Pikmin with less power but more survivability, potentially being immune to crushing and stabbing like they are in Pikmin 3. Also, just look at the little guys. They remind me of those pet rocks with their bulgy, googly eyes. Aww. All in all, I think he has potential. Louis is a fun character. I'd be glad to see the guy again. Now, my number 1 selection is one I would really love to see in Smash Ultimate. I do feel this character would have potential as a standalone, but hey, an Echo would be just dandy too. I'm talking about the mayor's assistant, Isabelle.
Necessary on a bicycle?
I adore Animal Crossing New Leaf. It's a lovely little game chock full of charm and fond memories. And the poster child of that game is Isabelle, who would obviously be an Echo villager. I'll admit, making Isabelle into a fighter is sort of difficult, mostly since she doesn't exactly show much of what she could do in a fighting game. I mean, she's just sort of nice and helps you around, nothing much to do with beating enemies to a senseless, bloody pulp. I put her at number 1 because I love Isabelle and I'd be all for her inclusion. Differences from Villager could be changing the kind of tree she plants to grow and fall faster and deal less damage. Other small changes could be Pocket's speed and damage multipliers, and the Lloyd rocket could add Lloyd's little construction worker helmet as a tiny detail. While she may not be a fighter, neither was Villager, and Villager's already a fun character to play as with his unorthodox moves he uses in battle. I think another iteration of that would add more intrigue to the already interesting set. So those are my top 5 picks. I know top 5s aren't super original, but I love to get my feelings out about things like this. It's fun to speculate and to wonder, and also I'm kind of new to this whole video making stuff, so, give me something easy. What are your top 5? Do you agree or disagree with my selection? Discussing and theorizing is one big ball of fun, and it'd be interesting to hear what you all think. Anyways, I'd love some constructive criticism to help me improve the quality of my videos. Anything you like or dislike about them, just tell me. Anyways, I'm Cetus. Thanks for watching.
Peace!